Are you feeling the excitement yet, ladies and gentlemen? It is that time. It is that time of the year where we all ask that fabled question, who's next? Bill Goldberg is imminently ready to be back on television, and I got the latest on when we will see Bill Goldberg and his great knees and his bum shoulder, and the fact that he can't run Bill Goldberg as he gets ready for his final match in a professional wrestling ring. When will we see him emerge, and how long will he be on television? I got the latest right here on Off the Script. 5 wrestling superstars join American Gladiators, hosted by The Miz. We'll talk about who they are. Apparently, there's a problem from one side to the other because American Gladiators is mixing talent from both WWE and another promotion, says the Hollywood Reporter. We'll talk about that today on OTS. I got news on a new member of the Bloodline debuting tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. Seth Rollins is getting a new theme song done by a mainstream artist. And AEW unleashes the unified title. And this guy right here has riled up a fan base so badly that they took everything I said about the segment completely out of context. We'll talk about why it's the unified title and how long the unified title has been in the works with Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega right here on Off the Script. It is your Friday, June 13th, 2025. We will talk about American Gladiators. Let's start with that. The reboot is coming. Amazon Prime is getting the reboot, hosted by The Miz. I used to watch American Gladiators back when I was a little JD. Showed, I believe, on either Saturday or Sunday. The day of the week is fuzzy, but it was on Fox 5 here in New York City. It probably happened after Wrestling Challenge or WWF Superstars, because I know they used to air at like 12, and then American Gladiators used to come on. I always used to sit and watch, man. I thought it was a very enthralling product. I always was kind of mesmerized by the feats of talent of everybody on the show, man. It was quite entertaining. It's coming back on Amazon Prime. Hollywood Reporter exclusively revealed that 5 prominent professional wrestlers from WWE and, quote, other promotions. The Hollywood Reporter didn't even mention AEW. Goes to show you how irrelevant they are, man. Nobody gives a fuck about AEW, man. Nobody gives a shit. 5 wrestlers. Rick Boogs is one of them. My guy, Rick Boogs, man. Just take a look at him. He's fucking perfect for that competition. Michael Wardlow. Oh, my God, man. Michael Wardlow. Holy shit. Wow. Michael Wardlow, man. Who's that, JD? It's Wardlow, bro. Wardlow, good enough for American Gladiators, but not good enough for AEW television, man. You gotta love Tony Khan, bro. Michael Wardlow is gonna be on the show. We got Mr. Spectacular on the show. He's gonna be there. We got the ultimate athlete, J-Rod. That's Jessica Roden. And look at this one, man. Holy shit. We got another one, man. This one. Oh, my God, man. We got Camille! Camille is back! She's alive! Camille announced for American Gladiators, another one whose talents are being sought after for American Gladiators, but they couldn't give a shit about Camille on AEW television. The cast of professional wrestlers makes strategic sense for the reboot as Barry Posnick, general manager of MGM Alternative, Evolution Media, and Big Fish Entertainment, explained to the Hollywood Reporter. Pro wrestlers must have the physique to look good in spandex, as well as the athleticism and microphone skills required for the role. Now, the 5 wrestlers join 11 other competitors to form the complete 16-person Gladiator lineup, featuring 8 women, 8 men, 22 to 38 age. Now, the diverse cast was selected from across the country, includes bodybuilders, former Division I athletes, CrossFit champions, and military veterans. The original gladiators were iconic, so our search for the new gladiators had to be exhaustive. Every gladiator in this lineup embodies what it means to be a modern warrior, relentless, inspiring, and ready for the challenge of a lifetime. They are real-life superheroes. Now, the reboot is also set to feature some new competitive events, as well as returning classic favorites from the original series, including Gauntlet, Hang Tough, and the Eliminator. I remember the Eliminator, man. That was the last thing people competed in, the Eliminator. The series will air on Amazon Prime with The Miz hosting alongside Rosie Diaz and commentator Chris Rose. Now, apparently, this is where it gets good, man. Apparently, according to Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there are issues from one side due to The Miz and AEW talent, Wardlow and Camille, being featured on the same show. Now, The Miz was actually announced on May 12th, 2025, during the Amazon annual upfront presentation where this was announced that the reboot would be happening. I could tell you right out of the gate, 100%, that WWE doesn't give a fuck. They don't care about The Miz mingling with Wardlow and Camille. The problem in this part of the report, the reported issues from one side are from AEW for their talent mixing it up with The Miz. So the problem is coming from AEW. Absolutely 100%. WWE could not give a single shit about Wardlow and Camille. Because at the end of the day, WWE will end up hiring Wardlow and Camille. They will end up being WWE superstars before long anyway. They don't give a fuck. So if you think that WWE has a problem with The Miz mingling with AEW talent, you're a complete Nimrod. You're a complete out-to-lunch fucking idiot. So no, it's AEW that has a problem with WWE and The Miz and their talent mixing it up together on this show. It's great. I can't wait to see what this kind of turns into. I can't wait to see Wardlow on television, see what he can actually do, especially with the injury and the car accident and how he has handled that and how he's come back stronger and hopefully better than ever. Camille, it's great to see Camille. She is put together. She is someone that a lot of people had high hopes for in AEW. That has been squandered very quickly due to political reasons, I'm sure. And then Boogs. I mean, you look at Boogs and his Instagram and everything he does in the bodybuilding space. I mean, the guy is just built for a show like that. He's going to fucking kill it on there. So congratulations to him and Wardlow and Camille. You know, a lot of people in this space tried to cut me down because I put a video out and a report out about Wardlow and Camille and the fact that AEW is not really telling you the fucking complete truth about their whereabouts. Fightful put out a report saying that Wardlow had a television project that he was filming this summer, but he was reportedly back on AEW, not on television, but backstage on AEW, I think during Revolution, to meet with management, meet with Tony Khan, and they decided that it wouldn't be right to bring him back to television if he's got something coming up this summer. Okay. So when his contract is up, they usually add TV, they add time on top of their contract for missing TV time. This is time that he cannot get added because they told him to sit home. So, I mean, everything else possibly, but this stretch of time, the last 6 months, you can't add that time onto his contract if that's exactly what they want to do. So with this, Wardlow, everybody wants him back on television. Do you really want him back on television? Because just look at what Tony did with him in the two previous returns that they had Wardlow. TNT Championship, they cut his hair. They didn't really do much of anything with Wardlow. So I'm not really expecting Wardlow to come back to television and then all of a sudden be a bright spot or a major star pushed on Dynamite or Collision. AEW has moved so far on from the old guard, Wardlow doesn't fit. He's not coming back. And if he does, he'll fit into nothing. And if they do bring him back, the only logical thing to do is pair him with MJF because that was a great pairing, and they're going to have a very difficult time making sense of all that because of what we saw with Wardlow and the Undisputed Kingdom. So it is not going to be an easy thing to get Wardlow back on television, and I just don't think they give a fuck. Now, the problem came from Camille, and the report that mentioned Camille was she's been off television since December. And they noted that she's got a TV project coming up this summer. That did not explain where she's been the last 6 months. Where's she been? They wrote her off television in December to have her sit at home all this time. What was it? Did she interview with Jim Cornette and they look down on that? Does she have different political beliefs that maybe somebody backstage, maybe Mercedes, maybe Tony, maybe management didn't agree with, and they are being petty and keeping her off television? I heard a myriad of things about why Camille is off television. But 6 months, nobody has even dug into that hole and tried to uncover why she's been out for 6 months and now only re-emerging on American Gladiators. Why are they good for American Gladiators but not good enough for AEW television? You would think if you're an American Gladiator, you got more talent or just as much talent than the people that are on AEW Dynamite, the fucking gymnasts and the fucking ballerinas that are on Dynamite every fucking week. It's ridiculous. There's something going on there, and I don't like it. It doesn't smell good. Congratulations to Wardlow, Boogs, and Camille. I'm looking forward to it. Seth Rollins. Apparently, he's getting a new theme song. So we're doing away with the whoa. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll incorporate that into the new song, and they'll just make it not Def Rebel. Seth Rollins, Mr. Money in the Bank, is reportedly set to receive a new entrance theme created by a mainstream musical artist. This is coming from bodyslam.net. The artist was not mentioned. Rollins currently uses the theme The Vision by WWE's in-house music group Def Rebel. The report states WWE is working with a mainstream artist to create a new theme for Seth Rollins. The change comes as Rollins has formed a new heel faction alongside Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. The report also adds that they are currently going unnamed right now, but are expected to receive their official faction name very, very soon. Great. I mean, that should have been unveiled literally within the first couple of weeks, but that has not happened. Rollins needs a new theme. His current theme is very babyface. It doesn't fit the mission. It doesn't fit the narrative. So whatever they do, I'm looking forward to it. It's got to be something that's similar to what he's had. He's had very chuggy guitar, metal-like songs, rock songs. So he needs something that's going to go in line and stay within that type of music. It's got to be catchy. I don't know who is going to be doing the music, but hopefully it's a notable artist that knows how to write catchy and engaging music so that the crowd could instantly know who they are. It's instantly recognizable, and it gets people excited to see what Rollins is going to do next. So we'll see what happens with that. I wish WWE would actually go and hire more mainstream artists. They have, but they're mixing the mainstream artists with Def Rebel. Adam Jones from Tool has provided guitar backing tracks and solos now to Penta's theme and Ray Phoenix theme. So they're just taking Def Rebel songs and having other well-known musical artists kind of add their little spice to it. Kerry King from Slayer has added something to Damian Priest's theme song, whatever the case may be. I know they're not going to outright buy music, but I hope WWE continues making the songs sound recognizable, and when you hear it, you know who it is. I think the problem stems from when the music comes on and it's a Def Rebel song, it is not catchy, it's not recognizable, it's not something that gets the fans excited. So hopefully they check all these boxes off and Rollins is going to have a banger of a theme. Hikuleo, finally, after a full calendar year plus, he is ready to make his debut on WWE television. Former pro wrestling star in New Japan, Hikuleo, is slated for tonight's Friday Night SmackDown in Lexington, Kentucky, according to a new report from Mike Johnson of PW Insider Elite paid subscription. This could signal a long-awaited debut for Hikuleo, who's been with WWE for over a year now. Unseen, unheard. Hikuleo is the 34-year-old son of Haku, WWE wrestling legend, signed with WWE last summer. Despite being assigned to the NXT roster, he's yet to make an official on-screen appearance for WWE. They just did a split angle between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank. He's trained by the Dudleys. Hikuleo has a decorated career in New Japan from 2016 to 2024, And during his time there, he held the IWGP Tag Team titles with El Fantasmo and was a former New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Open Weight Champion. Good. Finally. The Bloodline seems to be just going in a completely different direction than what we had originally visioned, but it's still ongoing. The only role for these guys is through Solo and his Bloodline. Jacob Fatu is finally split, which is great. Fans are ready to embrace him. Fans want to see him more. Fans are getting behind him quicker than anybody anticipated. And he is going to be the next major breakout guy in WWE. He is going to be the next king of the family. No doubt about it. Hikuleo, what he's going to do, I don't know. He's a big dude. And he's going to be a towering presence. You're going to be more impressed by looking at Hikuleo on television than you are Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb's not a part of the family. They just incorporated him into the family as a replacement for Jacob Fatu. And Jeff Cobb is great in his own right. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Not terribly excited, but I did see rumblings on social media as well that Mr. Zilla Fatu is also potentially signed. I don't know if this is legit or not, but I know Zilla was tweeting that he's only a phone call away and he left a blood drop emoji. I don't know. It could be Zilla for all we know, and it's not Hikuleo. So Hikuleo should be debuting tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. If not, then Mike Johnson and PW Insider Elite obviously got it wrong. But that is the news, and we are being told to expect him tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. Bill Goldberg. Apparently, there's online speculation about Goldberg returning this Monday on Raw. Goldberg is reportedly planned for a return to WWE television, according to Bodyslam.net. There are plans for Bill Goldberg to be factored in creatively, potentially kickstarting the program that he has slated with Gunther for his retirement match. Bodyslam.net states, Goldberg is reportedly planned to return next week on Raw, guessing he will be coming for Gunther as expected from months back. The speculation aligns with previous interactions between the two and Goldberg's publicly stated desire to have one last match this year. A feud between Goldberg and Gunther has been expected by fans since the two had a face-off at Bad Blood in 2024. Gunther just won the World Heavyweight Championship from Jey Uso this past Monday on Raw. Goldberg recently stated on his Cartcast podcast that he knows the date for his retirement match and has been training through injuries to prepare with a summer event heavily speculated. He said that it would be taking place down south. The only place down south on the calendar lately is Saturday night's main event on July 12th, Goldberg's hometown in Atlanta. The Monday on Raw coming up should see Bill Goldberg building to a match with Gunther, as well as Nikki Bella just returning. The report says she just returned on Raw this past Monday, and they will be building Brie Bella to also return to television. And the Bellas are slated to take on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the tag team titles at Evolution on July 13th. That is that weekend as well, following All In, Saturday night's main event, and Battleground, I believe. Or not Battleground, the Great American Bash happening that weekend for NXT. Big wrestling weekend, and that will be centered around Bill Goldberg's retirement on Saturday night's main event. Nobody should be surprised by this. I seen a report going around that Triple H, I think Meltzer said it, Triple H took the belt off Jey Uso because he wanted to put it on Gunther because he wanted Bill Goldberg's retirement match to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. First of all, the match didn't need the World Heavyweight Championship. I think a lot of people are very happy that Gunther is once again champion and not Jey Uso. But Gunther and Goldberg did not need the World Heavyweight Championship. At least it would have been a little unpredictable without the World Heavyweight Championship involved. There's no way Goldberg is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship in his retirement match, and it only solidifies a loss to Gunther, which should be the case, title or no title on the line. But without the title on the line, it would have given it a little unpredictability. Now that Gunther is the champion, and it will be for the championship, why Goldberg needs to come back and wrestle for a championship every fucking time he wants to come back to television is beyond me. No explanation there, but I can't wait for it to be over. Is it going to be as bad of a train wreck as everybody's anticipating? I don't know. Goldberg's not getting people excited when he says, I got a bum shoulder, I can't move my shoulder, I can't really run, my knees are bothering me. I mean, I don't think we'll have to complain about a fucking commercial break if the match is going 4 minutes. Simple. Explosive moves, whatever he can do. Squeeze the fucking juice out of that orange as much as you can and get him in there and have him eat a fucking power bomb and a sleeper hold and goodbye. Gunther can go back on the plane and go to the next town that he's got to go and wrestle in. That's it. It's over. I'm not excited about it. I just can't wait for it to be over. What I am interested in, the most interesting part of this is how they get Goldberg back to television and how they make sense of this match happening. Does he just come out and challenge Gunther? Something happened at Bad Blood where Gunther said something in regards to Goldberg's son and his family. How are they going to incorporate what happened in October into a storyline now in July? I don't know. That's the most interesting part of it all. How do they get to July 12th? What is the story between these two over the next 4 weeks? We'll see what happens. Apparently it's supposed to be on Raw. And when you hear the Goldberg chants, I'm sure it will send shivers, not in a good way, up your spine. CM Punk. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I went over this on Monday. If you guys want my thoughts on it, go check it out. I mean, I don't care. Would I have done things differently? Sure. But if Punk can live with it, then you should be able to live with it. He's making the money. You're not. You're a fan. He's a pro wrestler. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit. Everybody does wrong in their life several times over. Punk is not a fucking saint. He's not. But I could see why people would be upset with him. Despite his past critical comments regarding WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia, CM Punk is set to compete at Night of Champions on June 28th against John Cena for the WWE Championship. Meltzer confirmed that Punk's participation has been planned for months. I think Punk knew when he was back in WWE that at some point he'd be in Saudi Arabia. And I think fans should have understood that as well. But everybody criticized him for going back to WWE and nothing to do with Saudi Arabia. They all criticized him going back to WWE. Nobody's talking about that now. Man, it's amazing when a guy over 2 years turned out some of the best fucking work of his entire career. Nobody's talking about the day he arrived back after just leaving AEW. It's a topic then, and then it dies off. This is a topic now, it's going to die off. The only people complaining about it, the only people making a big deal about it are the faceless fucking goons on social media who are begging for Elon's spare change because they need their engagement. That's it. Us content creators and this and that, we talk about it once and we move on. The decision has drawn attention due to a now deleted 2020 tweet where Punk, can't delete it, it's going to live forever on social media, where Punk, who was not with WWE at the time, told The Miz to go suck a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia. However, Meltzer reports that Punk's stance has been clear internally for some time. Now, him and The Miz were still on the rocks, and I do believe he's ended up apologizing to The Miz, so that's now water under the bridge. So, again, who are you to comment on the fact that they had a problem and now they don't? I don't know. I don't really understand. People are crazy. He could not go to Saudi Arabia Night of Champions if he really wanted not to go. He was going months ago. I had already asked about that a couple of months ago when the show was first talked about, and he was on the original promo package, and then he was taken out of the promo package. And then I asked, am I supposed to see when Rollins replaced him in that promo package that he's not going? And it's like, nope, he's going. Punk is scheduled to challenge Cena for the WWE Championship at Night of Champions. Meltzer made it clear that whatever past reservations Punk may have had, they have not been a factor in recent months. So it's been known he's going for months, probably all along. I don't know if he's ever voiced any issue with going at any point since he signed, but he hasn't in months. I know that. If Punk didn't want to go, if he told the company he didn't want to go, I'm sure the company would honor his request. This is John Cena's year. If they maybe WWE did it maliciously. I don't know. Maybe they dangled the match with John Cena at this show and this show only, and they came to Punk with, we know how you feel about going over there with past comments being stated. This is the only time you're going to get this match. Either take it or leave it. And he made a decision. He wants it. He's wanted it. And now he's doing it. And apparently it's happening over there. We can't fight it. Punk couldn't fight it. WWE is his boss. Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel, Triple H, they are his bosses. Whatever he needs to do, Whatever they have him doing, he needs to do it. WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia is only getting stronger. Only getting stronger. Night of Champions is happening June 28th. The Royal Rumble's happening next year in 2026. Already confirmed to be taking place in Saudi Arabia. You're going to have a Royal Rumble without CM Punk? I don't see that being the case. WrestleMania is certainly going there at some point within the next 3 to 5 years. You're going to have a WrestleMania without CM Punk? I don't see that fucking happening on any show. Come on. Punk knew as soon as he stepped foot back into the WWE that this probably would have become a reality. You can make fun of him all you want. You are absolutely justified in doing so. You could sit there and call him a hypocrite. You are absolutely justified in doing so. But at the end of the day, it is a business. At the end of the day, what makes this world go around is money. And sometimes you have to go back on what you've stated. The lifestyle and the things that happen over there, he might not agree with, but he's working for WWE and he has a job to do. He will go and do it to the best of his ability. He'll get on a plane and fly back home to Chicago and go right back to business. I don't think people are making this a big deal. They're not. Do I like this decision? No, I don't. Just so that nobody takes me out of context. I don't like it. I wish he would have kept his word. His voice is a voice that a lot of people look up to and look for when something bad happens or when he wants to project how he truly feels. He wears his heart on his sleeve. People fucking, they just latch on to that, man. They find some common ground in that. It's relatable. The fact that he's doing this, you risk tarnishing the fans and losing their trust. He's got to live with that. He's got to be the one to lay down at night next to his wife, knowing what he did. Not you. He's going to do what he's got to do. You're going to think what you want to think. He's going to make his money. He's going to be wrestling John Cena. For those who want to enjoy this match and whatever's coming in the build, we're going to enjoy it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like his political beliefs and the reason why he's doing it, but he's doing it. And it's going to continue to happen. I don't know what else you want me to say. It's not that big of a deal. Punk's not losing sleep over it. Why should you? And finally, details on Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. The unified title in AEW. The name is awful. Downright awful. I riled up an entire fan base because people took a tweet out of context that I put on Wednesday night on social media. What the fuck is a unified title? And they go back and they look at a tweet I made in February of this year where I stated that what they really should do is take the International Championship, the Continental Championship, if we're doing Okada and Omega, have Omega win the International Championship, have Okada defend the Continental title, do a winner-take-all unification match, and make these two titles into one and call it the AEW Intercontinental Championship. I didn't ask for a unified fucking title. I didn't ask for it to be named the unified title. I wanted it to be a unified title in context, but not named the unified title. The name is fucking terrible. It is awful. What the fuck is a unified title? And apparently, according to this report, it only gets stupid. More and more and more you read it. It was revealed on AEW Dynamite that the match would unify the international and continental titles into the AEW unified title. We're told that this match has been on the table as a plan for almost a year. And that firm plan was to get to All In for this match going all the way back to December before Kenny Omega's New Japan return. I mean, gee, how many people didn't know that this match was happening, being that they had Omega? They trotted Omega out there to hand Okada the Continental title after he won the fucking tournament. And in the background, as they're both standing next to each other, face to face, they got the All-In banner hanging above them in December. Gee, I'm so shocked that this match is taking place. They wanted you to know what their plans were. Everybody who watched the show knew what their plans were. Fightful has not heard that Intercontinental title name was considered. But all indications that were given to us about the title is that it would be booked and perceived as another top championship in AEW as opposed to a mid or upper mid-card title. The match announcement was credited internally as the reason why AEW moved over 1,400 tickets for All In at Globe Life Field in the past week. Good. That's what's supposed to happen when you announce a major match. People are going to go buy tickets because they're interested in seeing it live, because it probably will be the last time it happens. For those asking about the future of the Continental Classic, as a result, the word was that it was here to stay and it will likely be taking place in December. Now, I love how I riled up the fan base and everybody took me out of context. I love the fact that they're unifying a title, but I also stated, what good is unifying a title and making two into one when all they're going to do is add women's tag team titles, and we're going to be right back in the same boat that we're in right now with too many titles, and titles that ultimately mean nothing. Nobody listens to me. Nobody. Everybody's a blithering idiot. Talked about this extensively with Jesse last night on the Dynamite post show that we covered. Apparently, the report says that the championship is going to be another top championship in AEW. What the fuck does that mean? You only have one top championship, and that is the AEW championship. Are you making this into a second world championship? Why would you go and do that? There are multiple negatives that come out of doing something like that. First of all, there's no other title in AEW that means shit. The biggest titles in the company are the AEW men's title and the women's world title. That's it. Everything else is absolutely irrelevant. Nothing in that company has a story behind it, and the lineage and prestige of those titles are worthless. The AEW women's and men's world titles are the only titles that should be cared about at top priority. Yet you want to make this into another top title. What does that mean? You're going to make it into a world championship? Why? So you devalue the other men's, the true world championship. You devalue the title that you've kept in a briefcase since October because Jon Moxley's crusade is whatever the fuck it is with the Death Riders. He is the world championship, supposedly. Why would we need another world championship? You don't think you're going to devalue the current world championship right now that has the lineage behind it, the top priority, the top prize that everybody wants, the top priority that everybody should want? Yeah, another world title is going to make that one look even more prestigious. No, it's going to have the opposite effect. Why would you do that to lessen the value of your current world championship? And do you trust that AEW is going to create another championship and have it be anything more than what we saw with the Continental and International Championships? It's going to be another mid-card title. The more titles you create, the less prestige that it has. I don't understand how people don't understand this. The name of it sucks. When someone watches AEW for the first time a year from now and they look at the unified title, you don't think they're going to be asking, what's the unified title? What was unified? These people aren't even going to know what a continental or international title are. How could you go and name something so absolutely fucking mind-numbingly dumb like the unified title? The titles need to be unified, absolutely. But that's the level of creativity that has been in AEW, that this is the fucking best that they came up with. At best, they could have just said, we're going to keep the International Championship, come up with a brand new design for the International Championship, get rid of the Continental Championship because we only need one title. What the fuck is a Continental Championship? The Continental Championship was simply created to give to Okada, and he's held it ever since. How many people have held the title? 2? Tim and Eddie Kingston. The title was created for him, for this. How don't you see that? What good is it? It means nothing. Get rid of it. Keep the international title, which has a little bit more of a legacy behind it. Create a new belt. Give it some shine. Put some importance on it. Let Omega run with it and make it the Intercontinental-like title in the company. And the Continental Classic could be fought over in round-robin style for a number one contendership at the AEW World title at Revolution. if that's what you want to do. I don't know why they always overcomplicate things, and I don't understand that their level of creativity is this poor. I never had a problem with them unifying the belts. I said that for months. The name Unified title is fucking awful. It's so fucking cringy. AEW doesn't know how to do anything right. Anything. I'm shocked when they get something right. This, they got horribly wrong. And also, if you're going to make this into another world championship, here's another one before I get out of here. If you're going to make this into another major world championship or a major title that is like a world championship, does that mean that Moxley, his chances of retaining at All In have just increased? Do you plan on giving the title to Paige? Or is Moxley going to retain it All In? You're making this a world championship-like title because you're going to replace this AEW current championship run with Moxley. You're going to replace that title with this title, and Moxley's going to hold the title for another 4 months and eventually drop it to Darby, and you need something for everybody else to fight over because you know exactly that Jon Moxley and him holding the title hostage is killing the prestige, the legacy, and the show on a week-to-week basis. Are they doing it to compensate for the fact that Jon Moxley is not losing that championship at All In? I don't know. That might be leaning too much more into a conspiracy-like thought, but you got to bring it up, and it's got to be a talking point because I don't know why you would need a second championship that operates as a world title-like title when you got a world championship right there, and the right decision on July 12th is to give the title to Adam Page and end this misery once and for all. Thank you guys for a great show today. If you missed anything on the channel, go and check it out. I will be live tonight after Friday Night SmackDown, and anything else that comes my way news-wise, I will have it's all for you right here on Off the Script. Please hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes. And please go get your new Tuesday Night Titan t-shirts. They are now available on bonfire.com. Episode 100's coming up in 2 weeks. The Silent Monster Night, thank you for all your support. And it's going to be a great show for episode 100. So make sure you guys go and celebrate by getting yourself a new t-shirt at bonfire.com. I'll see you guys live tonight for SmackDown right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.